Okay, let me then turn to our other story, and it is a Headlines Today exclusive that's had an impact today. Chennai Super Kings, history of creating controversies, and there is a fresh one. The franchise finding itself in a spot of bother after Headlines Today showed documents that the owners of Chennai Super Kings, led by the former BCCI boss N.Srinivasan, valued the team for, guess, 5 lakh rupees. Yes, just 5 lakh rupees. This in an official document provided to the BCCI. It raises serious questions of whether N.Srinivasan is once again trying to control Chennai Super Kings in violation of what the Supreme Court ordered. Rashesh and Boria Majumdar with this exclusive report.
It is the IPL Season 8 and it stares at yet another controversy. Headlines Today has accessed exclusive documents from the owners of Chennai Super Kings who have declared their team's value at a mere 5 lakh rupees. The dirt cheap value is perplexing since the prestigious IPL franchisee boasts of stars like MS Dhoni, Suresh Raina and many international players. It also bagged IPL championship twice.
The owners pegged the value of their team at a mere 5 lakh rupees. Now, according to the rules of the Board of Control for Cricket in India, the BCCI, 5% of this amount is supposed to go to the board. Now, 5% of 5 lakh rupees actually amounts to 25,000 rupees. Now, there is a clear case of the board losing if CSK were to be sold or sales transferred at its real value, stands to lose close to 25 to 30 crore rupees. It's a case of undervaluation where the Board of Control for Cricket in India is losing that much amount.
The new IPL Governing Council refused to approve the transaction, which earned BCCI just 25,000 or 5% of the stated value as per norms. Shockingly, the old IPL Council did not question the absurd price.
That the issue will be debated in the next upcoming working committee meeting on 26th.
It was discussed in the previous governing council that the shares of CSK will be transferred and the matter was supposed to go to the working committee. So now since the new IPL governing council has been constituted, they are looking into the matter and definitely they will take the right decision.
The minutes of the old council's meeting shows how everyone towed a certain line. The owner's valuation comes even as a US-based consultancy valued the team at over 450 crore rupees just last year.
With the Enforcement Directorate already looking into the matter and deciding to conduct a discreet investigation, the Headlines Today expose on the undervalue of Chennai Super Kings, pegged at 5 lakhs, has already created ripples across the country. The fact is, it will now be debated and discussed in the BCCI Working Committee meeting in Kolkata on the 26th of April, and that is when we will know if further investigations and inquiries are ordered. Till then, the IPL Governing Council members of the forward dispensation will be on tenterhooks. Boria Majumdar for Headlines Today.
The big question then is Srinivasan once again playing with a cross bat. Joining me now is Boria Majumdar, our consulting editor sports, and I'm also joined from Chennai by another guest who is going to hopefully defend Mr. Srinivasan. That's right. Sriraman joining us from Chennai. I presume that you have very little to defend Mr. Srinivasan today, because in a team where MS Dhoni earns 8 crores, Ravindra Jadeja earns 6 crores. Let's be very clear. How can a sale transfer...
No, Rajdeep, I don't know where you got this impression. I have come here to defend Mr. Srinivasan.
Okay, great.
Look,
I'm glad.
This is absolutely...
I have seen you in the past defend him.
One minute.
Just a minute. Do you concede that Mr. Srinivasan is pulling the wool?
I have defended Chennai Super Kings' continuance in the IPL. I have never defended Mr. Srinivasan. You can go back and check all the tapes of wherever I have appeared on whichever channel. I have defended the continuation of Chennai Super Kings because there has not been any substantial evidence that the players have indulged in anything irregular.
Mr. Raman, why should
Chennai... As far as this issue is concerned...
Yes. This issue seems to be straight away that Mr. Srinivasan is valuing a team at 5 lakhs when players in the team have been paid 8 and 10 crores. A. B. He was told very clearly by the Supreme Court that he cannot control both Chennai Super Kings and be a member of the board. He said, I will give away my shareholding. He seems to have formed some kind of a subsidiary company where he controls the shareholdings once again.
Exactly. See, there are two issues. One, whether this formation of a wholly owned subsidiary of India Cements to which the shares have been transferred, whether that will absolve him of conflict of interest is itself a doubtful thing, because from whatever I have understood from speaking to many chartered accountants, if it's a wholly owned subsidiary, then the promoter of the parent company necessarily controls the subsidiary as well. So that is point number one. Point number two, normally if this transfer fee to the BCCI was or the IPL governing council was not part of this deal, then what valuation they give in this kind of a transfer within between a subsidiary and a parent company is quite something which we
it is basically pulling pulling the wool over the eyes of the Supreme Court
because of the transfer fee.
Because he has to pay 5% of the value of the transfer to the cricket board. So he has made it at 5 lakhs.
Rajdeep, 1 minute. Let me correct you on that. It is not 5% of the valuation. It is a 5% of the differential in the valuation between the price that the franchisee paid and the current valuation on a pro rata basis.
Okay,
this
even by the
what
just a minute,
with Rajasthan Royals.
Mr. Raman.
Even then 5 lakhs is absurd. 5 lakhs is ridiculous.
Okay, I'm glad at least you are accepting that. Okay,
1 minute.
Boria, just a minute.
1 minute.
Let me take it to Boria. Just a minute.
Rajdeep, let me finish my point.
Yes.
Let me finish my point very quickly.
Yes.
Rajasthan Royals had the same issue. When Raj Kundra bought 11.7% of Rajasthan Royals, they then asked what is the fee that we should pay to the BCCI. And apparently I still do not know how that issue was resolved. So there is a precedent. So if we go back into the BCCI's own records, find out how they valued Rajasthan Royals share transfer, how much of money did Mr. Kundra pay to the BCCI as 5% equivalent.
Okay, you made your point, Mr. Raman. I have another guest.
Then we know the answer.
I have another guest and I want to bring in Boria to give me a final thought on this, to tell me exactly why this seems to stink of some kind of a cross-bad stroke played by Mr. Srinivasan. Boria, is it fair to say that an IPL team today is valued at 1500 crores and more, given what Kochi paid, for example, or Sahara paid when they wanted the Pune franchise? To say that a team even should be valued at 5 lakhs surely is stretching any limits of credulity.
Correct. You are absolutely right, Rajdeep. And when you said Pune and Kochi for 1700 and 1500, please remember, none of these teams have won the IPL. The valuation is done by two ways. One, market value, which is equal to brand value plus business value. Chennai Super Kings will be no less than 1500 crores. And my friend from Chennai, clearly, this is a case which is cut and dried. As he said, it is absurd. I'll take it from where he said the BCCI is owed about 50 to 75 crores by India Cements or Chennai Super Kings. They are trying to get away with 25,000. So clearly this is a case of I will not pay you the money because I have clout in the board and it is my dictatorial stance. Okay. Secondly, now this is most interesting. Some members of the governing council are now telling us that they had no idea about this valuation. Now, if that is the case, the IPL CEO is under the radar for having forged these minutes. He is already under investigation by the Supreme Court and now will be asked a lot of questions come this Sunday at the BCCI working committee. So the story has not ended. Okay, it has just started with this headlines today.
Okay, I'm going to, Mr. Ramana, we will come back to this story in a few days. We will do follow-ups. I've run out of time tonight, but I will do more follow-ups of this story over the days ahead. I assure you that, and I will get you again to raise the question, some of the questions that you've raised. Let's leave it there. For now, there are more questions once again than answers that Mr. Srinivasan and CSK have provided in this case, and we will keep tracking it.